Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Maybe you're watching this later and it's not good morning, but
Hello.
We're Friction Farm. I'm Aiden.
I am Christine.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for joining us for Elevenses, a song, a snack, and a cup of tea with Friction Farm. A little tip for anybody out there who's making tea. The water boils better, faster if you turn the stove on.
I thought you turned it on 4 minutes ago.
I thought I did too, but I do not believe that I did. I think
Right.
I moved the knob a little bit, but not to actually.
We're having an electrical day. In the process of cooking, I tripped the GFI. Well, while the cooking was happening, I tripped the GFI and it reset timers and clocks and temperatures and
I
things.
turned the oven off, and
I don't know. Things like that happen.
So we're trying very hard to have a cup of tea and a snack here, and we don't quite have that, but
We'll
we
have
will.
tea shortly.
Yes, and we'll get the song happening. So
Susan York is here. She says, "You are live." We are live.
We are live. We're live. We're home. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. It's cold. I mean, it's not cold. I know we have a lot of people from
It was
the
in the
north.
40s this morning.
Yeah, but it's
Outside.
outside. Yeah. It's not really cold, but it feels cold after some warm days. The dogwoods are blooming. The daffodils are blooming. Asparagus is up. There's
Asparagus today.
there's nothing not to love. And the birds, the finches are turning yellow, and
Oh, the threshers came back this morning.
the bluebirds are looking at the boxes. So everything here is what I would say a great day to be alive. A great day to be alive. And I forget that's a privilege. It's a great day to be alive and have the people that I love and care for alive and well and around me. We have a niece who lives in Nashville. She's a teacher in Nashville with children in school in Nashville. So I don't know that makes it hit any closer to home. I think it just always hits because we're humans with humans everywhere. But one of the things I was thinking about is that 5 years ago we wrote a song after the Parkland. Would you pour and I'll chat? After the Parkland shooting, and we had missed it all day long. We had been completely disconnected, and it was evening before we saw any news. And I almost couldn't figure out what had happened because there was just a lot of we should legislate, we should not legislate. It's about mental illness. It's not about mental illness. It's blah, blah. We should have more guns. We should have fewer guns. And in the midst of all that, I kept saying, "But what happened? What happened? Why are we just arguing? Like, what happened?" And by 10 or 12 hours after everything had happened, there was no conversation. There was just and I feel that today that we just haven't had enough grief as a nation. We haven't sat quietly with the impact, with the sadness, with the grief, with the consequences, with all of it. We're just so quick to jump because it's easier. It's easier than sitting with our damn sadness and our loss of humanity. And I kind of hope that someday we will sit and grieve as a nation, because I think that's where the next thing can start. But I don't think it can start until we do that. So that's just me giving you all of my opinion, which you did not show up for. So, sort of, you get our opinions in song. So we're going to give you an opinion in song, and then snack. I am a mother school. I wave goodbye till they're with their friends and their teachers, safe inside. Downtown there's traffic, we're all moving slow. I catch the news on public radio. Hold my breath, then release. Not out town, not their school. And then I weep for the parents who just learned that this life is cruel. Calling one man a hero for what he has done, but his own body between a child and a loaded gun. Are in bed now. I watch the evening news. There's no talk of mothers or children, just two sides in a fight we all lose. Calling one man a traitor for what he has done. Tried to put a law between a child and a loaded gun. I am a mother. I have two daughters. 9 years old, 5 3/4. So I apologize to the regular Elevensers who show up here looking for a light moment and some joy, which is really what we try to do here every week, bring a little joy into your lives. But I think that, I hope that this brings some longer term joy, because sometimes we have to feel all the things we have to feel in order to get to feeling joy. Moms Demand Action for Gun Safety in America is an organization that, if you don't know about, I hope you will check out. I hope there's a chapter in your area. They are not simply a fundraising arm, or any kind of PAC or anything, although they do raise money and support legislation, but they are very much for common sense gun laws, which vary from region to region and state to state. But so much more. Many of them offer trauma and grief counseling, conversations, education, gun safety classes, gun storing classes. So check them out, and I hope you'll find them. They do good work in regions across the country. All right. So snacks. This is what you show up for, right? I'm having a cup of Earl Grey.
Hot cup of sadness. It's decaf. I'm having Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea.
So today I made, my intention was to start out healthy. So, and I know that eggs have gotten very expensive lately, so I have a recipe for cake, which doesn't involve any eggs. It's kind of a dense breakfasty sort of cake rather than a desserty cake, but it's got dates and walnuts and brown sugar and all the good stuffs. I threw a carrot in there because why not? Because we had a carrot. And it cooks at a low temperature because there's no eggs. That is actually really good tea. Oh, it's a little warm. So
I was gonna say.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna touch the bottom. So there it is. It's small. I make small cake, as you know. So let's see. It's probably too hot to take out of here, and yet here I go, doing it anyway.
Too hot to take out of there?
Well, you know, you should let things cool. Maybe.
Some of it will cool, and some of it will be, you know,
hot out of the oven,
ready to eat. I'm looking at the dogwoods, all bursting
there
in
you
white.
Go. It's all steamy. So,
looks good.
yeah. So, I said to Aiden that sometimes grief requires snacks, and this is kind of a serious snack. It's not decadent. It's not necessarily, I don't know, comfort. I think it's comfort food.
It's still sweet, not savory.
But for others, not as comforty food. And I said, well, I could do frosting if you want. So, and his eyes lit up. So I've got a little vanilla orange frosting. Is this like the smallest amount of frosting anyone's ever made? I feel like it's 2 spoons of frosting.
You weren't going to have any, were you?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm just offering you a piece of frosting. I'm frosting this with a spoon, so it's not going to look good, but
it's going to taste good. That's the important part. Meanwhile, I see Dan and Phil are here. They were here, they were with us when we played that song for the first time, which was hard.
Years ago.
Was that 2017, really? 18? Okay, so here it is, with frosting. She doesn't want you to see the frosting, but there it is.
It's messy, but...
That's good. That's really good.
So if you need a recipe for a cake that doesn't use eggs, holler at me.
I forgot it didn't have eggs. What did the eggs matter? It tastes great. So what's in here? Flour?
Flour, sugar, dates, walnuts, carrot.
I cut up the carrot.
He did. Baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg, because I saw nutmeg. That's it.
And frosty goodness.
And frosty goodness. Optional.
Puts it over the top.
Optional.
It's good.
Yeah, so...
it's sweet. Less sugar than you would have expected, right?
Oh, way less. Yeah, way less. Because dates are super sweet. So thank you for joining us for Elevenses with Friction Farm. I'm sorry about the sadness, but now there's dessert. So we try and balance things. And next week, if the world just doesn't go to hell, we will try to bring joyful music to you.
Yeah. And for Bob Oder and others who watch on YouTube, next week is our last week of streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. But Dan Senni explained how we put it on YouTube. I actually knew that, I think.
After the fact.
After the fact.
But also I'll put some instructions on YouTube for how you can watch us on Facebook if that's a thing.
Makes sense. So you can still see us. You can still join us every Thursday at 11 a.m.
And Sunday night, we're going to be at the Greenwich Village Folk Festival here. By here, I mean
right here.
Here in the internets.
At Sunday, April 2nd.
Sunday, April 2nd. We're only doing a few songs. Everybody only does a few songs. It's a freaking awesome lineup.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even remember. David Amram,
David Massengill,
Michael McNevin. There's other people that are awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be a great
night.
So
look them up. Greenwich Village Folk Festival. Links on our stuff. Yeah. It's going to be an awesome night. So join us there. Here, there, then. And
excellent.
Until
we see you again
next Thursday. It's been a delight hanging out with you. Thank you again for being here. I'm Christine.
I'm Aiden, and we're Friction Farm. And for Laura Sue, we're going to let you know that we're signing off now. And we'll answer comments after we're off. Thanks.
Where's my arrow?
Up at the
There we
top.
go.